My mom and dad always say, live big, love big, always do your best, and don't forget that you can do amazing things.
Alright you guys, welcome to today's vlog. You have asked the greatest questions for our homeschool Q&A, so we're ready to answer them. When you see this video, we'll be homeschooling for our third day. We're really excited. We're glad for all of your questions. We know that it was kind of a crazy thing to announce to you that we were homeschooling because we've never homeschooled before, and we're just really excited about it. So let's start into these questions, and these girls will kind of answer some things with us as well. Make sure you like this video and subscribe if you haven't, especially if you're really excited to follow us along on our homeschool journey this year. We'd love to have you and love to show you all the crazy, all the fun, exciting things that we're going to experience for the first time. And leave us a comment if you have any other questions, and we'll see maybe if we have a bunch, we'll do another Q&A, or we'll just try and answer them in the comments. Okay, girls, are you ready? Got that for a minute? Let's see. Okay. Here was one of the biggest questions that we got, which I totally understand. Sorry, I'll stop clicking the pen. Am I going to teach the kids, or are they going to do online homeschool? We're doing a mix of both. We have a company that we're doing some of our core courses through, where they create some of the curriculum, but then you can add or subtract however you want. When the kids get older, like McKay and Brother's age, they could even just go through the lessons alone. Or I could stand up and teach them, or I could sit down and we could work on them together. So really it's kind of going to be a mix of both. For math, we're doing a company that's the similar concept, where it's called Math UC, where they have some online videos they can do. They have physical textbooks, or they could do online classes, which we're not going to do yet. So it's still kind of a mix of both. Ultimately, I'm the teacher and they are the students, and we'll just kind of work together to see what works the best for them. So when they do math, they will be in two separate classes. They kind of both tested to see where they fell. They don't put them in a class based on their grade, but actually based off of what they understand and know. So Makaya is going to be in pre-algebra, which I think is about the 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade mark here, if it were to be the equivalent to what they're learning. So for those of you who are going into 7th grade, which math are you learning this year? Makaya is going to be doing pre-algebra. And Brayler's going to be doing one that they call Epsilon, which is about the equivalent to a 5th grade. So about what they're supposed to be. Yeah, so it'll be awesome. So that will be how math works. So they'll both do their things separately, but when they have questions, or if they have a concept that they need a little bit of clarification on, then I will work with them, or they'll work with the online videos or with their books. So we'll kind of do a mix of everything. So they'll just kind of learn as they go, and they'll progress as they learn. So once they master something, then they'll move on to the next lesson, and then we'll try not to keep it too rigid. So that's the whole point of homeschool for us, is to make it flexible. Another big question that we got that we'll just get right out there to start is, how will they socialize? How will you guys not be all alone in your little poor house, all without friends?
What, we have phone numbers?
They have phone numbers of their friends, but also with us, we do a lot of church-related things. They have lots of friends from church that they see a couple times a week at least, and even more sometimes. So really it's going to come down to just, it's up to us. We do a lot of stuff with our friends. What are we going to do with some of the supplies that we got? The majority of the supplies that we got we're going to be using. Any of the things that we may not use, like somebody mentioned something about the period kits. Those period kits are so small and they're great to take anywhere. So if we're driving in the car, like on vacation, or if Makaya wants to take something in her purse just in case, we tried to make them compact enough that they could use them all the time. They don't just have to be for school, right? Okay. Backpacks, same thing. When we travel, we need backpacks. When we are taking our homeschool on the road, like we plan to do this fall, they'll need backpacks to store all their books and stuff in. So yeah, those things will be used. For those of you who are questioning our new time or our new video posting changes, we're going to be, if you don't remember the last couple videos, we're going to start posting next week Wednesday through Sundays now. We're not going to post on Mondays and Tuesdays, and the posting time will still remain 11 o'clock. What we've really been trying to do is hit that 11 o'clock mark. Sometimes it just depends. Sometimes videos upload really slow, or the internet does weird things, or life is just busy. So we try and get as close to 11 o'clock. Sometimes it's between 11 and noon, but plan for expecting 11 o'clock Texas time video posting. The grades that the girls are going into, technically 7th grade and 5th grade, but the curriculum we have is still kind of just based off of where they're at. So with some of the subjects that we're studying, like for example, for our science this year, we're going to study zoology. And they just, to answer another question as we're talking about this, in the same, to answer a second question within the same topic, what it is that we teach one lesson for some of our subjects. So for science, which is zoology this year we've chosen, for literature and for art history and for ancient civilizations, we have one lesson that we will use the curriculum for, and then Micaiah will be assigned different work at her grade level. Brayler will be assigned different work at her grade level, and Tace will have his own level of very basic things that he can do. So they can kind of learn the same subjects, but they're only accountable to their level of understanding. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So speaking of that, what curriculum and classes? Got the kids' schedule here, if you can see it. We've divided our weeks into A weeks and B weeks. So we'll alternate classes every other day.
And we're also learning a language.
Yep, so we've got, here's the classes that they're taking. We have math and literature. We have language, which we're going to start with Italian, and history, which is going to be ancient civilizations. We have baking, a whole 20-week course of baking that we're really excited about. And then the girls have chosen some different musical elements. So they're going to do theory and piano. Brayler's going to do some guitar. Micaiah's going to do some voice. And art history and science, like I said, which is zoology. And piano, again, we already did that, sorry. And tech for Bray's, one of her electives. And drawing for Micaiah's her elective. So that's what we're going to do with Tace. He's going to do a couple of the other little basic things. He's going to do some math too. He's going to do the literature and the science and the history, and then he's going to do some ABCs and writing and handwriting and just learning those types of things. Just the basic pre-K stuff. So yep, that's our daily schedule, guys.
Yay!
Some of you asked what time we're starting. We're doing school Monday through Friday, and we're going to have classes start at 8 o'clock. And we will finish by noon. So 8 to noon, 4 hours in the morning, and that's gonna be an awesome school day.
And we wake up early so then we can do our chores in the morning, and so we're all set for the day.
So that
and we also get
come
ready.
lunchtime we can go play. Yep, let's see, next. The question we had also is how long will we be homeschooling? We don't know. We just wanna try it, see how it works for some of the things that we wanted to do this year. So maybe a year, if we love it. It may be 2 years. If we hate it, it may be just a year. But if we love it, it may be forever. So we'll just kind of judge. We don't want to be too rigid about it. We'll just kind of take it as it goes. Where will we be doing our homeschooling? We decided not to set up an official classroom. Sometimes people will set up an official classroom. We decided instead of doing that so that they felt like they were in the same place every day, we'll probably do a lot of our work at the kitchen table, like things like arts and craft type based things. When they do their math, since it's on their computer and with their own individual workbook, they can go wherever they want. Micaiah might want to sit up in the media room and have her headphones on to do her math, and Brayler might take her tablet into a different room. And so those ones will be kind of on their own unless they want to be at the table, but they'll just want to be able to hear. So they could watch the video, do the work, and concentrate. But a lot of it will be done in the kitchen table, on the couch, wherever we're comfortable. Okay, where did we get the homeschool books? That's a question that we got. So number one, the math I was saying is called Math You See. We really liked them because they have a really cool approach to making sure that the kids are learning with all of the different learning styles, whether it's by hearing, by seeing, by doing, just repetition, all the things that they really focus on that. So we're excited about that.
I'm best by doing and seeing.
Yeah, me too.
Hearing.
The other curriculum that we're doing is, it's called Family School by American Heritage School. Let me just show you what, like this is an example of one of Tace's handout books. This is for his literature. What we liked about them, again, that we're doing 4 different lessons or 4 different courses with them, is it is catered so that you can use the same lessons for everybody K through 8, but also there's cute little things that even Tace can do through our lessons as he's learning, which I was super excited for. And it also, for us, brought a little bit of a religious aspect into the classes, and we're looking for that too. So that is what we're using for that. And for Italian, we're using Rosetta Stone. And what other things? The baking class I kind of put together from some other baking classes that I had found, something that would work for us so that we could make that. So I kind of put together a whole course curriculum that's like 200 and some pages.
Yeah.
And so they'll just use that off of their tablet so we don't have to waste paper and print it. And let's see, tech, Brayler's doing some stuff online with that. For drawing, I don't know did we show your drawing book? I got Micaiah some drawing books online that were good for starting that. So yeah, we just have kind of a variety of things we've put together.
And then for guitar,
And for guitar, Brayler has guitar books. And for piano, we have piano books.
I'm gonna get
Yeah, grab the piano too, would you please?
this one.
Yep,
first.
all, that whole top stack.
Oh, do you want me to get theory?
Yep, that's perfect, thank you. So for guitar, Brayler has a guitar book here that we got to start for beginning. And
mine?
for piano,
Yep.
we've got John Thompson's, which has been really like tried and true for the last 100 years. And some theory books. These are the same companies that I used to learn 25 years ago.
She's a great piano player.
So that's where those will come in, which I'm
Yes.
excited about. Oh, and the calendar stuff that we got, we actually just got at a Christian bookstore here in town, which they have a lot of school supplies for teachers and stuff, so that's like my heaven. When I was these girls' ages, I wanted to be a teacher so bad that I would make my mom take me to the school supply store where we grew up, and I would just buy school supplies, like borders and posters and worksheets, and I loved school.
Did you make your siblings do them?
I did make them do everything.
The mean older sister.
No, I wasn't mean, I was just a teacher. So why are we homeschooling? We've covered that a little bit over the last couple of days. There's a couple of reasons. Number one, we want the flexibility to be able to travel. That's a really huge thing for us because we found last year as we started getting more opportunities to travel, because YouTube really gives us a lot of those opportunities, it was really hard to do it because of school. We didn't want the kids to fall behind, and they were doing really well in their classes, and it was just kind of hard. So that's number one. Number two, as a family, we have some really big goals, and personal goals, family goals, and we felt like with school being as time consuming as it was, we couldn't do things as easily without having a really stressful home environment. So things like piano lessons, voice lessons, all the things that would have literally taken us all day after school got out, we couldn't find a balance. And so this way we're including those things into our daily school schedule, and then we can just have more time to be able to function as a family. So that was one of our biggest things. And then in addition to that, we had some really cool things we wanted to learn and master, and even things like the baking course and the piano stuff I know we talked about, the language stuff. We just wanted to be able to have the time that was built in for those priorities for us, and so we're excited for that for sure.
Mom said we might be able to be on MasterChef.
Yes, I was telling them they were going to learn everything they could possibly need with this baking class. We talked about how we're going to be teaching 3 different kids. Again, some of their things that they're learning are separate, like their math. They'll be at different levels. They'll do that independently and with my help individually. But other things like using the example again for literature, we'll learn the same topic, but then maybe at the end of that lesson, Micaiah will be in charge of a 2-page essay. Brayler will be in charge of a 1-page something or other, and Tace will, draw a picture about that or color in a picture. So they'll just be accountable to knowing or understanding different levels of those things. Let's see. And so the classes where they're bold here, those are the classes that we're teaching together, and the classes that aren't bold are the ones that they're doing independently, like guitar and voice and piano. Obviously they'll alternate on the piano, so we've got those separated. How long will we homeschooling? We covered that. Will we be traveling more? Yes, we've already got a few trips planned this fall and potential for many more, so we're excited about that. The homeschool room tour, we will show you kind of as we start filming next week what it's going to look like. We don't even know exactly yet because we've never done it before, so we think we have an idea, but it may change, so we'll keep you posted. We plan a video every day. Let's see, somebody asked why zoology? So we chose zoology because
Animals are so cute.
we love animals, and we could choose anything we wanted to cover for science, and so we decided to start with that one because it looked really interesting and fun. Are they going to take tests? Yes. They will have tests for math. They will have tests for some science-based things that just honestly, what we want to make sure is that they're learning everything that they need to learn, and so we'll just kind of take those things as they go. But yes, they will have some tests, and I'm just excited to give them the opportunity to learn some stuff. Are there requirements for tests? Are there requirements? This is more of like a technical question that some of you had. For those of you who are thinking about homeschooling or considering, if it's something that would work for you. The requirements for homeschooling vary per state. Some states have really strict requirements. Some states have no requirements. Some states have minimal requirements. Texas is a really great state for homeschooling because they have requests that you cover some basic core subjects, but they don't have any real invasive control over your environment that you're teaching in. Some states require that you submit lesson plans each week that are approved and different things. So I think it just varies by state. So you would just need to look into what the homeschool laws are for your state, where you're at. Let's see, will we do a homeschool routine? Yes, we've kind of showed you our schedule. We'll kind of get into a routine and then show you what it's gonna look like. How long did it take to decide to do this? We've actually talked about this for a long time. We've had people for years ask us if we homeschool, and I'm like, no, we don't. The kids have always been in public school and they love it, they do really well, but we wouldn't be opposed to it. It's kind of like what our answer always was. But for the last year we have felt really strongly that we had some of these goals that we just weren't able to achieve, and we were just recognizing how much the school structure was creating an issue that way. And because the kids did so well in school, they had hundreds in their classes, they were always, in the top of their grades. It was never an issue of them not doing well in school. It was just that we wanted to be able to accomplish some things personally and as a family, and this was kind of going to give us a way to do that. So we did think about it. We almost did it last semester, but some other things kind of got in the way and it just wasn't the right time. And then we just felt like as summer came along, we're like, okay, let's do this. If we're gonna do it, let's try it. And so they were excited, we prayed about it, Scott was excited, everybody was on board. So we felt like that was an answer to prayers for sure. The last question somebody had was, will you film the first day? Yes, we will. I know we're not releasing the first videos. This video will come out on Wednesday, but since we're not releasing the first videos until after Monday and Tuesday, yes, we will be filming every day. You'll just be delayed a few days. So, but we will make sure to film that first day of school because that's gonna be a fun first experience for all of us. All right, you guys, we appreciate your excited energy for us. We really got really nice questions, really great questions, and we're really excited. We like to do things that are different. We like to do things that push us. We have great desires to grow and learn lots of different things and master different things because that's why we're here. And so we really wanted to try this and see what we could learn. So we're excited. Wish us the best of luck. Hopefully it's a great first week. If you guys want to follow along on our homeschool experience, the goods and the bads, make sure that you subscribe and leave us any other questions that you have because we love to hear them. Anyway, you guys are amazing. You can do amazing things. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, don't do it, don't do it.
You got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You got me good. Ooh, ooh, oh, baby. All I'm thinking about is when you come around. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 'Cause you got me good.